Good morning, 44th day. Going on with the story of English, we're coming toward the end. This is the seventh episode, the Muvver Tongue, and I would ask you to watch it to the end. That's going to be parts 5 out of 7, 6 out of 7, and 7 out of 7, I think. Although I'm going to a different channel. I didn't find it on the same channel, not right away, but it's all there. I didn't write up here, but I maybe should have put up here that this is difficult to understand for me. It's so much easier to understand when Robert MacNeil begins to speak. But then, it's not my dialect or variety, as he would say. He'll talk about how South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia, their speech, their accents, their varieties are quite similar. He calls them of a single family, and we'll explain about that. He'll point out that the initial H is present in Australian. You wouldn't say Henry Higgins, but Henry Higgins, or at least you'd pronounce that initial H. He's trying to show how it's different from Cockney. Another thing, the glottal stop, bottle. That in my spelling system, I would bottle versus bottle. In American English, you'd say this is what you'd have a bottle of wine, a bottle of wine, or a bottle of wine. It could be the British might pronounce the T. Okay, you'll see the old computer monitors. This dates 1986, I think. But although the technology is dated, that's almost insignificant in terms of the history of the English language, that short time. I think he uses the word slangwich. Slangwich. I rather like that. Now, I put it in quotes because I don't know if it's a recognized word or if that's his own creation. Of Auckers, Australians, a nickname for Australians. He talks a good bit about the feeling of inferiority that Australians have had because of their accent over time. They have felt inferior to their British cousins. And the one guy says, as we are. In other words, like he believes it. You'll also hear the term cultural cringe. I like that. You cringe. Why did you say that? It's a slip in culture. I could go on about that. My wife talks about a cringe moment when you see something around here, especially that, Anyway, condescending, that often people have been condescending toward people with the Australian accent, a little bit like the Cockney. But, as he goes on to point out, in television it began to change, and it has changed, and in films. They don't mention Crocodile Dundee, and I don't know exactly when that movie came out, but that would have been a perfect example for him, Crocodile Dundee. As a matter of fact, there, the Australian is elevated to the noble savage. I talked about that when I was going over the Romantic era in the first year of Frank's school. And his he became such a popular character, and of course he maintained his Australian accent. G'day, that's the way I'd pronounce the Australian way of saying good day, g'day. Look how different, let me show you what good day, the way I'm just saying it, good day would sound like this. Good day. And equally stressed, good day, g'day. That's my spelling. Anyway, and then one other thing, a woman talks about the uplift that occurs at the end of a sentence, almost as if you were asking a question. I found that fascinating because I've noticed over the last 10 years, maybe 15, maybe it's gone away now, but I noticed that young people were beginning to do that. My daughter, for example, who seemingly would speak the way a combination of my wife and my speech, I heard her doing it a little bit, and I heard a lot of others doing it as well. They'd lift up at the end a little bit as if they were hesitant or questioning about what they were saying. It puzzled me, but I had noticed it. And so there it was. I'm not the only one that's noticed such a thing. All right, that's on we go.